Thank you for joining in, and for today's video I'm going to go through a bunch of journals that I have, and these are really good for beginners. I mainly do watercolor, but I also do some gouache as well, and then also like some ink illustration. So that's just some ideas depending on the artwork that you do. And yeah, most of these are watercolor journals. So this one is really popular. This one, it does come plain. I painted on the front there, and these pages have like the raw edges. This was the Kahati journal, and this one is from Jackson's Art. And it also comes in this little tiny size. So the big one was, let's see. Okay, the big one was 8 by 8 inches. And the little one is like 6 by 6. And they are the same. Yep, one's just a little bit smaller. They're really, really nice, but their paper is definitely thin. So if you're somebody who uses like a lot of water for the wet on wet technique, you might want to go with some thicker paper. But overall, I really do like these, especially the look of them. A lot of people use these on Instagram as well. Let's see here. This was another favorite, especially for like travel purposes. These two here, of course, these are soft. This one was the Pentalic. Has the logo on the back, and this is definitely more sturdy with this like nice heavy binder. It's like a fake leather on here, but it's really sturdy. And these sheets are pretty good. There's not a whole lot of buckling. I was overall really pleased with these, especially if you do a lot of like landscapes. This size would be a little bit better. I think this was 5 by 8 on this one, and then it has the strap, and then you can put a brush up top, and this is just for your like a page marker on that one. And my most recent one, this is another popular one too for beginners. This you can rip off. I just wanted to show, in case if anybody was going to buy it, what it actually looked like. And then it's just brown. And I bought this off Amazon. Let's see, I used it quite a bit here, a couple times. Here and there. Some leaf doodles. There's lots of sheets in this one. And again, you can see, I mean, the papers do buckle a little bit. Let's see here. This one says right on it, the pound, the 140. And I believe this is close to 140 on the Pentalic. And then the Kahati one is definitely lower than that. I might say somewhere around like 90 to 100 on that somewhere. Yeah, these are definitely a little bit thicker on these two. And for price points, if anybody was wondering, these are really cheap, which is another reason why I wanted to try these. I would definitely repurchase this from Jackson's Art. The Kahati ones, it was less than $10, especially this little tiny one was only a couple dollars. The Pentalic one I think was around $15 on Amazon, give or take a few. I noticed that the price on this one fluctuates. And then this, the visual journal here is actually Strathmore, if I didn't say the brand there. Strathmore. And this was, it says right on it, 5.5 by 8 inches. And this was less than $10 too. I think it was like 8 something. But it's, overall, it's a cute little journal. It certainly does the job. You definitely have to clamp down your pages. And I have one journal But if you were looking for some higher quality paper, I would have to go with the Winsor Newton. This you do not have to clamp down the paper at all. This is probably the only journal I've purchased. Like I said, you just, I mean, there's a little bit of buckling there, but these sheets, little piece of fuzz, it's just so much thicker than the other ones. And it has the perforated edges there where you can, you know, cut them out with an X-Acto knife if you wanted to. I wish they had more sizes. This was around, I think, $13 to $15 on Amazon as well. I know they have like the bigger blocks, but as far as like little watercolor journals, there's not much to choose from. But I would definitely repurchase this. So again, it's definitely still affordable for beginners. You know, because it depends on if you're just looking to do some doodles. You know, definitely you can go with one of the Kahades. Or if you're somebody who's really, really on the go, I would recommend this one with like the heavier case. Nothing's going to get damaged. And then if you don't mind the rings on the edge, this is a nice affordable option. But if you're strictly going with just like quality of paper, I would go with the Winsor Newton. And I just wanted to show really quick that I forgot about the little guy here. This one is, what was it? I just measured it too. 3.5 by 5.5. And I have a separate, so there was a couple sheets there. I think this one's like half used up. But anyways, this is really similar to the, what was it? Oh, the Pentalic journal, if anybody was interested. It's just a lot smaller. There we go. The Watercolor Field Journal. And you can go on their website, the Peter Popper Press. And this is the only watercolor journal they have. They have other drawing ones, but this was the only watercolor one. And like I said, this is very, very similar to the Pentalic journal. It has that nice, you know, heavy binding on it with the strap and the little page holder there. The only thing it doesn't have was the brush holder. That's all. Thank you so much for watching. I have a lot more reviews and tutorials coming up, so stay tuned for more.